Hello. I think we're live. Are we live? Yes, we're live. Hello, you insouciant long pigs. It is I, Salvest you on. You can see my face, yes. I thought I'd do a live stream thingy. I'm looking at the screen, I should look at the camera, really, shouldn't I? Yes, I just decided to do a live stream thingy majiggy. If you want to come in, ask questions and shit, and let's do all this, and if you can hear me, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. So I've just refreshed my Star Trek mug, which I found in a charity shop for 50 pence, and having a drink. So this mug is actually 30 years old because it came out, the Generations came out in 94. So yeah, 50 pence in a charity shop, marvellous. Yeah, it's only tea. So, yes, anybody watching, if you're watching, say hi in the chat. That'd be great. And that'd tell me if you can hear my voice too. So, yes, what are we going to be talking about tonight? Anything, really. I just decided to do an impromptu voice chat, really. Live stream, even. Sorry, just taking that out of the play. I was watching Hot Fuzz, which is a very good fucking movie. Yeah. Well, what's been happening? I've been doing YouTube videos as one does. One will be up in the morning at 9 a.m. Where did I get this from? Down here. Yeah. So stuff and things and stuff. So the HasLab's been Lisa. Hello. How's life at Entertainer? Still good? So yeah, the HasLabs has been funded, which is nice. So a nice new version of Omega Prime will be whisking its way to myself. Hopefully, they won't cancel the thing at the last second. So I think the payment goes out in March the 20th-ish. I don't know, something like that. So, you know, oh, there again tomorrow. Never mind. Never mind. Tell everybody I said hello. So yeah, what else has been happening? I've been just going through storage and getting a few figures out to review. I've got, what did I get out recently? My animated leader Bulkhead, which I paid at retail £25, and it is fucking heavy. It's got electronics in it, and the plastic colour is just outstanding. But wait for the review. Yeah. I've just had the worst fucking man flu imaginable the last few days. I feel better now. Last few days I felt like absolute garbage. The whole thing, headaches, dizziness, can't sit up, can't sit down. Every cell in my body hurts. Horrible cough, sneezing, fucking snotty nose, bunged ears, the whole shebang. And I've not felt well in the last few days, but I'm feeling better today, so that's good. So plus I've had a horrible dry mouth these last few days, and it's like I can't drink enough water or tea or anything to clear it. So that's what you get when you're not very well, So there we are. So if you've got any questions, shoot them in the comment section, and we shall in the chat. Anyway, not the comment section, the chat, which is here on my screen and then here, there, on your screen. So yeah, it's been a bit of a strange one recently. Just like I said, we asked me to decide to play up, although it hasn't while I've been ill, which is weird. The worst it got was Christmas Day, which is fantastic, I can't drink coffee. Oh no, but apparently very good for asthma though, which is weird. I just can't stand coffee. This is tea, fucking proper drink. Yeah, I can't stand coffee. Oh my god, no. Can't stand Ractagino either, so that's no thanks. Anyway, so yes, go on, Lisa. Ask me some questions. Come on, bring it. Let's see. So I'm just Facebooking while there's no one there. Okay, checking my words here. Already. Oh, I need to shave my beard. I hate having a beard, and I hate shaving. I'm thinking of getting lasered off because I fucking can't stand having a beard, and yet I hate shaving as well. So it's like, you know, two things. Because if I grow a beard, it makes me look like I'm fucking 95 years old. So if I shave it off, I keep my youthful complexion. See, and it helps with Saturday nights, so that's good. Yes. Yeah, I've just been a bit down lately, to be quite honest. Just life, getting in the way and stuff like that, and then not been very well. Not slept really well in the last few days. Hasn't helped. But so going out tomorrow night. Hopefully, I should be feeling better. I'm like I say, I'm over the worst now. I'm in the better stage, So So hey, Christians. Also, you might like it start. Take a pitch. Still in. Sour is an option. Pressing it down to about £10. Well, you have to show me a picture of it, and if it is, wait a minute. I think I might know which one it is. Right, I'm not sure how to. I'm not sure how to put share screen. About dashboard. Sorry, I'm still new to this live stream. Oh, 3 viewers, nice. I think it's this one. No. You think I've been able to type it? There you go. I think it's this one. If it is, £10 is not a bad price. I have the mould, if it's that one, which is the Siege one, but this one hasn't the battle damage on it, which is a better version of it. But then I can't justify buying it for the asking price. But for £10, might have to. And if it is Lisa, and it's under the fucking table dealings, if you pick it up, you get a discount on it, and I'll just give you the cash for it later. Okay? But Entertainer is really behind on Transformers. It always has been. It's been like, on the website, new in. It's like, no, they're out 2 years ago. Yeah, so I think if I know the one, let's see. I'm even at £10 out of the moment. I can go in and pay £10. So yeah, I've lost 2 viewers. Cool. Anyway, questions. Come on, throw me some questions. Cool. Yeah, 15 is not a bad price. The cost of these things at the minute is just stupid. And the plastic quality is nowhere near as good as it used to be. I mean, I'm talking about the days when, fucking, what do they call them? Legacy figures. Not legacy. What do they call them? You just call them commander classes. The small ones, they were like £6 to £7, and then you got the deluxe ones, which were anywhere from 10 to 15, and then you got a Voyager, which was 25 to 35, and then a Leader, which was 50 to 60, and then a Commander class, which was like 60 to 70, and then a big fucker £100. Now it's, you know, you're paying 50 quid for a fucking Voyager, and a Voyager comes with no weapons most of the time these days. Yeah. Oh yeah. Some stupid. Oh, what's the worst figure I've ever got? Now, now there is some contenders for that. The worst figure I've ever got. Now let's have a think, because there's been some absolute garbage over the years. I think one of the worst figures I've ever had was just looking at my shelf there, a bit sparse. I'm still 8 years nearly. I cleaned that shelf out and I haven't put them back in there yet. Probably, I want to say Pretender Grimlock is one of the worst figures I own. Pretender Classic Grimlock. I have done a review on it because it promises you Grimlock and it's not good. But then Pretender Classic Jazz is pretty shite and all. Again, promises you Jazz. I haven't got Bumblebee or Starscream, but I've seen them. Bumblebee seems to be the best one of the bunch, but Starscream, if you're going to rank them, I'd go Bumblebee, Starscream, Jazz, Grimlock. They are that bad. Yeah, the Pretender Classics aren't great. Recent figures, though, it's been really bad. Most of the Bayformers, I got rid of all my Bayformer stuff 10, 15 years ago, because I don't like them. They're all grey, one. They're all ridiculously complicated transformations, which made no sense. They didn't need to be so complicated. And then they just were interesting to look at. There are exceptions. I've kept the some that were in the film, and some of those were great. But yeah, not good. Something was a pretty bad figure. Because the thing is, though, when it comes to bad figures, they have a charm to them as well. It's kind of, there's a part where they are compromised because of the gimmick that they've got, and that gives them some kind of extra charm, if you know what I mean. Action Masters are pretty bad. Transformers that don't transform, I've seen some mad transformations. Yeah, there's been some crazy transformations over the years. But then, right, I've always said a transformer doesn't need to be complicated to be good, right? As long as it does the job, as long as it does two things, or three things if you triple change it, as long as it does those things well. For example, if it has no robot kibble in vehicle mode, i.e. visible head, visible hands, visible feet, that kind of thing, right? And it looks like a vehicle, right? Great. Same with the robot mode. If the robot mode has no vehicle kibble on it, like doors hanging off and things, sometimes it works for the aesthetic, but sometimes it doesn't. I'll give you a prime example. 1 second. No pun intended. I'll give you a second. Right, this is the Thrilling 30 Rhinox that came out 10 years ago. It's a 30th anniversary Rhinox, even though Beast Wars at that point was only 20 years old. Coming to 30 in a couple of years. That is a very successful Rhino. Yes, it has splits for the transformation. Plastic quality on this isn't great, but that's another thing. And then you've got the bottom there. You've got some robot kibble, but it's not egregious. Back of the legs that's what I mean by kibble. If it looks like a Rhino, it looks pretty good. And if, like I say, when the robot transforms, it's a bit complicated. But when you transform it into robot mode and there's not a lot of kibble, Armada Megatron is a prime example. It's not complicated to transform, but it does two things well. Looks like a really cool robot, and then it looks like a really cool tank at the same time. And it's loaded with gimmicks, although the Legacy one isn't, but that's another story. So there we go. That does look like a good Rhinox. It is, yeah. Rhinox is a great character as well. He's one of those gentle giant types that, doesn't like fighting, but when he does fight, he's the last person you want to fight. But he's also like the tech guy. He's like the chief engineer, He can give you, punch in the mouth, but he can also repair you as well, so that's good. So yeah. But then again, 1 sec, I've got to do this again. This is what I was saying about sometimes the aesthetic works. This is animated leader bulkhead. Listen to these ratchet joints. You don't get that anymore. You know? This thing was £25 when it was released. And you press the button there.
Do it, buddy. Sorry, my bad. Time for the big guns.
It's pretty cool. And then, you know, like I said, sometimes the kibble works, like on this guy. I'm not transforming it because it'll take ages. Wait for the review. But yeah, like I said, and this is heavy. You can see how heavy this thing is in my hand. This is really fucking heavy. You can live there. No, you can live down here just for now. So anyway, yeah. So Bulkhead's a really good character. Another gentle giant, fan favorite. You know, he's a bit dim, but he's not dim at the same time. If you know what I mean. He's like he knows how to build space bridges, so he's got a good concept of astrophysics and engineering. But he's a bit dumb at the same time. You know, and he's one of these. It's sort of like his size makes him awkward. You know, which is cool. Animated's a great show. You should watch it. Yeah, the man, the late great Derek J. Wyatt worked on that show. And he was a lovely man. Owes me a drink. Never gonna get that back now. No, but seriously, he was a really nice dude. So yes, yeah. Where's all my viewers gone? Come on, I've got one. That's Lisa. Yeah. I can't believe Transformers is 40 years old this year. As with Ghostbusters, The Terminator, Nightmare on Elm Street, Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, Revenge of the Nerds, The Last Starfighter, you know, Dune, the original Dune with Patrick Stewart, Clara McLaughlin, which is a weird fucking movie, that. I ain't seen the new one yet. It's on Netflix when I watch it. Yeah, 40. Yeah. When they used to say, oh, life begins at 40. No, it fucking doesn't. Because I have the brain of a 25-year-old. The humour would suggest I'm 12. And the body thinks I've died. And my body thinks I've died and gone to hell about 10 years ago. You know. You know, I'm in that stage now where, you know, I get a little twinge in my neck or in my back or in my legs. And it's like death, you know. You know, when I sneeze, it's like I can feel my fucking spirit leave my body, you know? Oh, yeah. Don't get old. Old is bullshit. Why can't we just get to, 28? 28 is a good age. You look good, and then, you stay at 28, until you're, 95 years old or whatever. That'd be great, but, yeah, so yeah. Come on, questions. I want some questions. So really get into doing some more spaceships. I've got a fair few spaceships I still need to review. I ain't got around to yet. This is a Galaxy class variant. I forgot what they call it now. It's from Star Trek Online. This is the not Odyssey, no, Yamato variant. That's it. Yamato class, which is pretty cool. I like this one. It's like an updated Galaxy. It's very nice. Not as big as a Galaxy class, but it's still got the same kind of overall proportions. Yeah. So yeah. Anybody else fucking watching me? Let's share this around. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, so they just announced a new Sandstorm, which looks fucking great. I can't wait to get my hands on that fucker. But they've been very quiet about the 40th anniversary stuff. I mean, Soundwave and Blaster's out, which I still haven't got yet, which I really need. I still need to get my TF Nation ticket as well. I still need to do that, but I'm waiting for payday for that. Which is 2 weeks, so that's handy. Then it's a case of saving up. My plan is to take at least $1,500 this year because I want to buy expensive figures for my YouTube channel. I want a Star Convoy a Nuclear Quest Super Combo, which is the black version of Power Master Prime, and then Super Fire Gut Super Jinrai, which is the orange version of Power Master Prime Jinrai mode. Excuse me. So I'd like those this year. I'd like the oh, excuse me. Oh, there we are. Get on. Oh, that's weird. I will become the most insufferable prick with the amount of TF Nation videos I planned on doing this year. You will hate it. But, you know, yeah, there's quite a few Beast Wars figures, Beast Wars Neo figures I want. I want a long rack, which is a giraffe. There's one called Matt Kick, which turns into a horse. That has an extendable neck for some reason. And it's got lifelike hair, you know. Then I want a Battle Unicorn. Yes, there is a figure called Battle Unicorn. Yes, but he came out in Beast Machines. Yeah, I want to get some really obscure, weird figures this year, and build up my. That's my phone. And build up my Beast Wars stuff and my Armada trilogy stuff. So yeah, some great figures in those lines. Oh no, sorry, goes back. Just reminded me. The worst figure, Lisa. The worst figure is Armada Sideswipe. That thing is just. I did a review. Check it out. That thing is fucking bullshit. But I want the other versions of the mold. That is probably the worst figure I own right now. And I just completely forgot about it when I said Armada, and it just smacked back into my head. He's right on there. It is a terrible, 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 terrible figure. Oh, do you remember your first Transformers figure, and do you still have it? Yes, it was. Oh no, wait, hang on. It was G1 Swerve, which I got in '85, which I think Transformers didn't come to the UK until late '84, early '85. Yes, I still have him. He's downstairs in a bag with all the other mini bots. But he's a G1 Swerve. And that Christmas I got oh no, what did I get that Christmas? Oh, 40 years ago. My brain, I can't remember what happened fucking half an hour ago. I can't remember what I got that Christmas, to be quite honest, Transformer-wise. Oh, Omega Supreme, which was released as Omegatron, which is weird. Which was a converters line. It's a whole other thing. I don't have that anymore, unfortunately. That vanished into the ether. So yeah. Yeah, it's weird having an extendable head and a horse, but it's true. Matt Kick does do that, which is weird. Yeah, and he does have lifelike hair. A lot of the Beast Wars Neo stuff is weird. Check out my review tomorrow of Heinrad even. Yes, you'll understand. I actually want to get the new Magmatron. I think he's out. Is he out? Should be out by now, I would think, when they announced it. Yeah, I need him. Because I've got the OG one, which is going for like 200 quid on eBay at the moment. And I have the box. It's in one of these cupboards behind me. I got that. I think I paid something like 60 quid back in 2010 for that one. Sorry, my phone's kicking off. I have to go make another cup of tea. Yes, so, yeah. What am I doing? Here we are. Just posting this about, so. Nice. Yes. Come on, peeps, get a watching. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, there's some really weird. I would love a taco tank. There's a figure I want as well this year. Because Toy Fu always have a taco tank. I always look at it and never buy it. I should, and it comes with a character called Icard. Yes, like Picard, but Icard. Yeah, he's which colour of Jawclaw, I think I want to say. Just like a squid. That the tank is like a giant squid, and then you open it up, it's got a little bike inside. It comes like a thingy, and it's got movable tentacles. which is, you know, of course, something you want. Hey, Steve, all right, how's it going? I'm just having an impromptu live stream because, you know, I just decided to. Yeah, so I will be buying it, don't you worry about that. Yeah, so I'm just chatting away. It's just full of bollocks. I've got nothing, no agenda, nothing really to say, just off the top of my head, really. And so if you've got any questions, though, fire away, you know. I've got, you know, some more ships on the way, hopefully, soon. So, and I've got a few that I still haven't reviewed yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. No, I did do that. 7 ships I need to review. I still haven't got around to it yet. Just with the whole Eagle Moss situation, it kind of, you know, and trying to get hold of the ones I'm missing is not easy, and especially the money they're asking for it as well on, like, was it Master Replicas and the other one that's doing it now, you know what I mean. It's got to a point where I'm like, yeah, you know, and still the shuttle sets are still expensive. So what I'm missing is, I'm not bothered about the Star Trek Online ones, which I was starting to get just as it went tits up. Not bothered about the Discoveries, you know, or Picard or Lower Decks, although I do want a Cerritos because it's just thingy. Then there's the last ones I'm missing is I still didn't get the Cloak Defiant, which you couldn't get anyway back in the day. The Cardassian Weapons platform. Don't know why I did that shit like that. Cardassian Weapons platform. Kazon Predator class. Nomad. The Hierarchy vessel. The other 2 JJ ships. These ones. You know, even though I don't like JJ, but the other two of these ones they did. What else? Shuttle sets 3 through 8, and I think that's it. That's out of everything, right? Like I said, I'm not bothered about the Excels. Oh, Jupiter Station is the other one I'm missing, which is, yeah, a bit of a shame, really, but it is what it is, isn't it? Put you back on there. Yeah, I'd love a Jupiter Station. But yeah, like I say, with the whole Eagle Moss situation, it just kind of, you know, took the plasma out of the cells. You know what I mean? Master Replica, Real Merch. That's the other one. Yeah, it's type right. Yeah, and if you go on eBay, it's fucking stupid. Yeah, I've got because Deep Space Nine was the first special, wasn't it? And it's only a little bit smaller than the XL one. So if you've got that one, there's no reason to get the XL DS9 because it's only a little bit bigger. So if you've got that one, you're fine. And if you can get hold of a Enterprise D stand, it fits on there perfect. With a bit of jiggery pokery, it fits on there, no problem. Yeah, Caretaker's Array is very, 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 very fragile. I haven't got it on display yet, though. Nice one, mate. Cheers. Thank you. Yeah, so there's a few. Like I say, it's just the extra ships they did. You know, I mean, still never got a think tank ship, although they did release the Prelor and the Kravik ships, didn't they? They didn't get the Mawazi and the Hydran and the Zal ships. You know, there's a fair few like that we never got. So, you know, hey ho. 2013, wow. Yeah, it is. Makeshift stand, yeah. It doesn't come with a stand, weirdly. But yeah, the Enterprise D stand works, you know, surprisingly well. It's very strange. Because I'd bought the Enterprise D out the shop, right, out my local newsagent, which is no longer there now. I'm a local newsagent, and when I signed up to it, they sent me one. as well. And I completely forgot to cancel the first issue, but they sent me one anyway. And then they sent me. But then Eagle Moss was real weird with the. Started off fine, and then there'd be long gaps of nothing, and then a big box full of stuff. And then I'd get boxes of stuff that I didn't even order. You know, it was real strange. No explanation. And I rang up and I think I've got somebody's order here. You know, they sent me, you know, about 20 ships that I didn't even order. And they went, oh, right. You know, and so what do I do? And they went, well, you can keep them if you like. I was like, all right. You know, I put them all on eBay. All right, Lisa, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. No, I've got a few Enterprise Ds floating about. I've even got a spare. I've even got a spare Future Enterprise as well, which they sent me. They sent me about 4 of these, and this one's the very first one they sent me. It's got wonky nacelles, and I said, "Oh, can I have a replacement?" They went, "Sure," and then sent me 3. So, yeah. Still, it's. I mean, the fact that, you know, I don't think they've ever done one of these. They did do that transforming one, which was not very good, which I'd like to do and do a review of. You know, if I ever see one, I will get one. Yeah. But although this is the Johnny Lightning Borg cube, I think this is a better Borg ship. Where's the other one? Until I touch these a lot, it's covered in dust. They're about the same size, but I prefer the Johnny Lightning one than the black cube. Although the green on this one is a little better, I feel. And I've started to customize it a bit as well. I've put a bit of just dry rubbing, a bit of silver on it, and it looks a little better. I ain't finished it yet, but it looks a lot nicer. You know, because the Borg Sphere has that kind of dry brushing on it. The simulated transport never did either, so I was putting these back. Yeah, you can see there. Yeah, so. Excuse me. Yeah, if you just join me, Steve, I've had a fucking horrible flu these last few days. Better now. Just can't shake this cough. It's horrible. Where are we? The Lego to give start at the same. Oh, right. Yes. Speaking of Lego, there's a company called Blue Bricks. It's a German company, I believe. And they are doing Star Trek ships, and they're actually really cool. Let me find it. I'll shoot you a link. Here we are. They're actually really cool. And if I have the money, I will buy some. They're actually really cool. It's a Lego knockoff, but it's they're really cool. Right, okay, where are we? I'd love a giant Enterprise D Lego set. It would be really cool, and a Lego set of the bridge would be fantastic. 23. I guess they took final sequence into. Yeah. Well, I got 3 of the Mirror Universe ones as well. Same thing. One had a wonky nacelle, and I went, "Can I have another one?" And they sent me fucking 3 more. You know. So there we are. I think I might have one lying around somewhere. I'll have to check it out. I'm not sure. Looks like the original Borg cube. Rose cube. Yes, it was. Yeah, and people say they reused the model for Best of Both Worlds, but they didn't. They rebuilt it. Having a while for months back, COVID seconds. Oh no, that's shite. Yes, that happened to me last year. I didn't know I had asthma. I had really bad bronchitis. Put me in hospital, and now I have asthma. And my asthma is so bad that if I do not have a inhaler with me, or if I miss a day with it, hospital. That's how bad my asthma is. Yeah, so that's fun. Yeah, it nearly killed me. And when I was in hospital, they're all scratching their heads going, "But you've got asthma," and I'm like, "No," you know. And then they tested me, and I'm like, "Oh well, you must have had asthma," and I went, "Well, no." And then they told me the day the day I was kicking me out of hospital, they went, oh, well, you must have had asthma so mild that you never knew you had it. This bronchitis just kicked it off and damaged my lungs, and my lungs are fucked. Like, if somebody's smoking near me and I catch a bit of it in my mouth, breathe a bit of it in, I'm coughing for an hour, and going on my inhaler. So that's fun. So thanks for that, bronchitis. Yeah. It took me to get over it. I'm the same, exactly the same. It took me months to get over it, and I'm not quite over it. I mean, it's not so bad. I have good days. I have bad days. I have less good days than I do bad days. And I have noticed it seems to be when it's cold, they're the worst. But then again, if the air quality is shit during summer, yeah. So again, lots of fun. So I am with you there, mate. Oh yeah, no problem with the Brewbicks. Yeah, I need to get some. I really want the Defiant first because, yeah, just me as well. It's fucking bullshit. No, don't want that. No. Blue bricks. Yeah, there's some really nice ships on this thing. I think they do little ships as well, like micro-sized ones. But they do things like a tricorder and hyper sprays and like busts of bog cubes, and so they've really gone the Lego route. And you know what? The sets look really cool. There's even a cloak bird of prey. There's a bog cube, Type 6 shuttle, Klingon disruptor, Delta Flyer, Voyager, NX-01, Enterprise Z, a Cloak D7, Bird of Prey, Klingon and Romulan, Excelsior, Enterprise B, Enterprise C, Runabout, Romulan Warbird, then he goes into the little ones, Deep Space Nine. So yeah, I'm going to be getting a few of these when, money permits. And I should be doing some Let's Build videos. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I was like growing up and I hadn't suffered from it for probably 15 years. Okay. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I never had COVID, or I might have had it and not known I had it, if you know what I mean. But this is the weird thing. Right, I'll tell you the story. I'm sure you've heard it before, but I'll tell you the story again. So we're talking about this time last year, actually. Right, I had the worst flu I've ever had. Like really fucking bad. But it was your standard flu. About a week, not very well. Got over it. Fine, that was it. Done. Standard man flu. And then over a period of weeks, cough wouldn't go away. And I've been to doctors, and the doctor said, yeah, you just got a nasty cough. It's just taking longer than normal, but keep an eye on it and it should be fine. Anyway, the cough went away eventually. And then about a week or so later, I started coughing again and wheezing and feeling like I was going to die. And I couldn't sleep for about a week. And, oh, man, fucking hell. Yeah, and then I got to get some tablets. They didn't work. I got some more tablets. They didn't work, or at least they didn't work in time. Went to the chemist down the road, back of here, and took me an hour and a half. Where I walked, it 15 minutes. Sat down in front of there's a school back here. Sat down in front of the school, thinking I was actually going to die because I couldn't catch my breath. And that day was the day the Enterprise D kicked ass again for the first time in 30 years. So yeah, and then 6 days in hospital. So that's fun. So yeah. Lisa, you're back. Hello. Oof, the long coughs. Yeah, lovely, innit? And now I've fucking blew dust off that bog cube. I can fucking feel it in my chest. That's nice. So I'm just gonna get me inhaler. She's over there. I've got my grabby stick because I'm a lazy fucker as well. There we are. Saves me having to get up. That's what I mean. I can't even walk down the road without getting out of breath these days. It's fucking bullshit. Check it out. Yummy. Although being on a nebulizer is just like the greatest thing ever. Oh, when the ambulance crew turned up that day and they fucking wired the thing up, and I'm just like instantly just shut it off. Like I was like, oh, fucking brilliant. And they told me my blood oxygen levels have dropped so much if I'd have waited just a couple of minutes. So, yeah. Anyway, on to other things. So, yeah, I have Transformers on the way. I bought some today. I haven't bought any in a while, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to buy some. Treat myself. Been a bit down. Weather's been shit. It's been grey, damp, and awful. So I've got the Legends size, that's the most sticking in. Legend Legacy Shockwave and Inferno on the way. Beast Wars Inferno on the way. One of my favourite characters from Beast Wars because he's just batshit insane. I love it. For the royalty, and for the last time, stop calling me that. Yes. Anyway, yeah. So they're on the way because In Demand have a sale, and In Demand just like to just take my money and they send me robots. So that's good. That's nice of them, isn't it? So yeah, it's been a year. Well, a year in April it would be the last week of April. Last year I was in hospital. Yeah, I was. You had the same as me. It was crazy. I mean, when I got, you see, I went to hospital beforehand. I got an ambulance to hospital beforehand, right? Because it happened then, and the fucking woman, the doctor I spoke to, she didn't even know. She goes, "Well, we can't find anything wrong, so like that, basically." Excuse me. And I was like, "Oh, right, okay. So something wrong with my chest, but you can't find anything." Okay. Anyway, so I'll go in the next time. They keep me in for a week, But there was that point where I'm in A&E when they just take you in and they put you in triage, and I'm sat there. They've just took some blood. I've got a cannula in my arm, which is fucking lovely. And then they put loads of antibiotics and shit in it. But I'm sat there going, I'm not sure if I'm going to fucking survive this, And then, as I'm sat there with my fucking mask on, I get a phone call for the job interview I went to, and they told me I hadn't got it. And I'm like, yay. So I'm nearly dying. So then it's all right, just come and kick me in the nuts as well while I'm at it. So fun times. Yes. So I can't believe it's been a year. It's fucking bullshit. Like I say, during the summer I was fine, unless it's one of them really bad, dry days. I get it then as well, But when it's warm, but apparently though, asthma's related to eczema. It's a similar kind of thing, And I've just got a patch on my knee. I fell down a couple of months ago on my knee, right on my kneecap, 2 yards from my friend's house. I'm coming out of been to Spiders, fell down outside my friend's house because we always stay at my friend Charlotte's house because she lives really close, and then it's like real cheap if it's like three or four of us in the cab to her house, and then I just get a bus home the next day, so it's a lot cheaper. It's like fucking 14 quid taxi from Spiders to my house now. Anyway, yeah, I fell down, and where I'd cut my fucking knee open, it was only a scratch. It was nothing. Sore though, and then that's why I've got eczema now. But eczema apparently is related, and psoriasis as well. It's related to it. It's related to asthma. So I'm not suggesting you eat, moisturizer, but yeah. So that's fun. Also, as well, I've got real bummed ears. They're fucking driving me mad. I've been trying everything to clear them. This one keeps popping, so that one's on the go. But it's this one. It's really annoying me. I can hear my voice in here. It's just, oh man, it's echoing. Try not to think about it. So yeah, being old is fucking lovely. So, as you do. So yeah. So anyway, Steve, got any questions? I want some questions. Because I really want to expand my my channel. So when I can do it, I'm going to get set up super chat. So however you do that, I'm going to set all that up. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hopefully more patrons will sign up. I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. But I really want to take this channel as far as I can take it. I'm putting the work in. I'm getting, the thumbnails are a lot better these days. And hopefully soon be great. And pull in some, monies. I don't think for a second, talking about Transformers, I'm going to get Mr. Beast type money, but if it's enough to pay the, my bills every month, fantastic, but I'm really going to really set this channel going. So spread the word. Yes. I can't think of any. You going to get married to... Yes, I am. Yeah, it's how I missed you on. It's getting to the point where I need a better setup for that. I've got this webcam, but it means connected to my Xbox because the capture card I've got isn't great. So I need to get that. But I can directly connect this camera to my Xbox and do it that way. It's just a lot of fucking around, quite honestly. And then I've got to use my phone with the mic because this camera runs off USB, but it's also got a it's also got a 3mm jack for the microphone, which the Xbox doesn't have, right? So yes, I've got to connect it up. Oh, it's a lot of fucking about to get it going, so I need to sort that out. I haven't had a go on it yet. It's on Xbox, but it's on Xbox One X, Series X, whatever they want to call it, which I haven't got one of those yet because I haven't been able to, afford one yet. They're still like 400 quid. But then again, saying that, if I didn't spend so much on Transformers, I could have got one. Swings and roundabouts, innit? Yeah, so it's that sort of thing, really. But I will get around to playing it. I know it's more Mass Effect-y than it is sort of an action game, isn't it? It's more you got like dialogue choices, and the choices that you make change the way the game plays. So that could be interesting. And they're using the Centaur class, which is weird. Plus, you can get a variant of that on Star Trek Online, which is really cool. Yeah, because they incorporate a lot of the games into Star Trek Online, because they've just introduced the iMod, the Infinity Modulator from Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, which, when fighting Borg, makes it a lot easier. And then Borg assimilators from Star Trek Online have been popping up as well, so that's pretty cool. Sorry, excuse me, this ear's itching now. Hopefully that's telling me that it'll clear. I've been on PS5. Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, though, is that the Xbox Series X might be the last Xbox. And because Starfield, Gears of War, Halo and stuff, all the Xbox exclusive games are now going to be available on Nintendo and PlayStation and sort of things like, this is what Sega did back in the late 90s, early 2000s, because the Dreamcast was the last Sega machine. It's a lovely machine. It didn't get the love it deserved. Fantastic little machine. And I regret every day selling mine. But, so sold it and got a PS2, didn't I? So, dickhead. Which is, well, no, I sold my PS2, but I bought one 2 years ago and it's downstairs. I haven't played it, which is weird. Anyway, yeah, so I might have to fork out and get a PS5. And I'm like, because, right, it's not PlayStation I hate. That's not what I mean. It's the controller I don't like, because the Xbox One controller, I think, is the perfect controller. This is my red camo one. Yes, it has Ghostbusters logos on it. Because the thumbstick layout, I think, is perfect, because that's your main thing. But moving it there is a bit... And I tried to... My sister's got a PS5. Sorry, PS4. And I was staying at her house a couple of weeks ago, and I was playing Resident Evil 4, which didn't come out on Xbox One. Why? But it was out on PS4 and everything else, but not Xbox One. Annoyed me a lot, because I'm a big Resident Evil fan. And I couldn't fucking play it. It was so weird. It felt so weird. And it was like, after the controller was missing, it felt like, because they're a lot thinner, just that this has got a nice grasping, it feels good in your hand, you know what I mean? So I could mod it and change the inner workings to fit this controller, perhaps. Anyway, so that's why I don't like PlayStation. It's not the games, it's not the system, it's not the company, it's the controller. Can't be doing with it. And the touch screen on it, bollocks. Don't need it. It's just a gimmick. Like the fucking Kinect, Xbox Kinect, a gimmick, a fad. Get rid of it. Don't need it. Anyway, it's pretty big on PS4. I haven't finished it, but I found myself enjoying the game. Yeah, because Riker shows up, doesn't he, in the Titan? It's set. Oh, isn't it just set out right after Nemesis or around that time? Because the main character's Kobliad, isn't she? Because we haven't seen a Kobliad since. Oh, now what do they call the episode? The Passenger, Deep Space Nine Season 1, which is not a great episode, but from where Rio Vanica takes over Bashir. Yeah, and the Kobliad need iridium to survive. Yeah, and there's none on their planet anymore, so they have to. Yeah, and she's played by Julie Cantley Brown, who was Natoth in the first season of Babylon 5, which is a great show. Now, if Eagle Moss had kept going, they could have done Babylon 5 ships and I'd have bought the shit out of them. Oh, the Stargate ships I want as well. I want the Prometheus, the was it the Prometheus, the X303, what are they called? Deadless, Prometheus, Gold Hatak, because that's a great design of a ship. The Deathclaw, Puddle Jumper. I'd like the shuttle and the Krill warship from the Orville. I love the Orville. It was great. I have the Orville. It's right here. It's pretty cool. It's a weird design for a ship, though. I mean, it looks all right from that angle, but when you sort of put it to that angle, it's a bit weird, But it's, it's a pretty cool show. I do like the Orville. Yeah, and the Krill are pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, just sidetracking there for a second. Yeah. Yeah, post Nemesis down for interesting choice to use Centaur class. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean they could use a Nebula or a Galaxy or a Sovereign or a, maybe the designers just like that design because it's only in one episode of Deep Space Nine. Time to Stand, I think it is. USS Centaur, commanded by Charlie Reynolds. I forget the register number. 6023. Yes. And it was only in like one, as an exchange with the Jem'Hadar taxi that Cisco and crew are piloting. So, oh, dude, watch the Orville. If you've got Disney Plus, it's all on there. There's 3 seasons, so you can get through it fairly quickly, and it's a great show. It really is. It's my ex-girlfriend Lindsay. She described it as Star Trek if Star Trek had real people in it. If that makes sense. Yes, there is some because it's Seth MacFarlane. Yes, there is some McFarlaneisms in there, but it feels more like the Next Generation. It feels more like Star Trek than the current Star Trek does, because Discovery, garbage. Picard season 1 and 2, garbage. Season 3, I'd give it a solid 7 overall, but that's good we'll never watch the first 2 seasons ever again, but we'll buy season 3 on Blu-ray, so that's a good thing. Strange New Worlds started off well, and just tanked. As soon as they did the musical episode, I was like, yeah, I'm done with this shit. And it's just basically the Buffy episode, but the Buffy episode did it 25 years ago and was much better and did it so much better. So that really annoyed me. And then Lower Decks is quite good. Don't mind Lower Decks. I don't think it's canon, but I did like the twist with Tom Parrott with Nicholas Lacano, and when he goes, he looks like Tom Paris, and he's like, no, I don't see it, which was quite funny. It's not canon, but it's fun. I quite like that show. Everything else, Star Trek wise, steer well for the player. So Picard season 3 and Lower Decks. That's all you need to watch. Anyway, doing Discovery. No, oh man, yeah, it was. Because it was costing something ridiculous, wasn't it? It was like a super expensive show, and then Netflix weren't getting the viewers for it, and it was just like, nah, mate, nah. And it was, but it was just fucking. It was like watching it and going, have you seen the show? Well, season 3 they go to the 29th century or whatever it is, and they get attacked by the Orion Syndicate, and the Orions look like plasticine. I've seen better cosplays Looked like they're wearing fucking chunks of plasticine on the face. It was weird, right? And this is what really annoys me about it. Every ship now has to have a letter after the register number, right? And the prime example of this is one of the reasons I went, do you even know this fucking franchise you're writing for? Evidently they don't. Is when they go to the 29th century or wherever it is, they find the remnants of Starfleet, and there's about 50 vessels there that look disgusting. They look just weird for weird's sake, right? Anyway, they get there, and then they encounter the Voyager J, and Sylvie, or whatever her name is, whatever she's called, the fucking ensign that everybody loves, and then she gets command roll and she cries, and everybody goes, "Well done, you fantastic." And I'd be like, "Wait a minute, I'm a fucking lieutenant commander. Why am I put in charge?" You know what I mean? Anyway, she goes, "Oh, it's the USS Voyager, and it's the J, so that must be the 8th version of Voyager or whatever it is." Yeah. A B C D E F G H I J 10th version of it or whatever it is. A couple of things wrong with that. One, the first USS Voyager was NCC 74656 and wouldn't be released from her time frame for another 150 so years, right? Secondly, the lettering system didn't come out till the Enterprise A, which from her time frame wouldn't happen for another 40 something years, right? So what? And the Klingons look like orcs. What the fuck was that about? And then they changed them, didn't they, very quickly? Did you notice? But anyway. Yeah, Discovery, yeah. Michael Burnham is the worst written character I have seen in any show, right? But she doesn't need a crew. She's super amazing, right? She doesn't need a crew, all right? Because she's fucking fantastic. She can solve all problems, right? Now, I love it when they first did it. They went, "Oh, we've got a woman in first female captain." And I went, "Did you not watch Voyager at all? Captain Catherine Janeway." They go, "Oh, we've got a person of colour in charge." I went, "What did you not see Deep Space Nine? Captain Benjamin Lafayette Sisko, who is the best captain, right?" Okay. And then, oh yeah, but see, all the captains are great on their own, but they are better with the crew because Picard doesn't know everything. Sisko doesn't know everything. Janeway doesn't know everything. That's why she relies on a chief engineer, a chief of security, a chief medical officer, an operations officer. And in Janeway's case, she's got an ex-Borg on board. She's got Neelix. I like Neelix. He gets a bad rep, but can be annoying. But he knows about the Delta Quadrant. He knows how to procure things that, say, an ordinary Starfleet vessel couldn't procure, right? Sisko has the Bajorans on his side. He's got a Bajoran first officer. He's got a changeling security chief. He's got all these people around the captain giving the captain information. Do they make the right decisions? Not always, but that's part of being a captain, right? Like Picard says, you can do everything right and still fail, right? Which is true. You can do everything right and still fail, right? And it's like little things like that. But then when he criticizes these types of shows, you get fucking, labeled as toxic and we're not writing the show for you and all this kind of stuff. And so, well, no, you're the one's being toxic because I've pointed out your flaws. See, if it had been me, if I'd have done that show and some, a genuine fan who's been waiting for new Star Trek for 20 years at this point, gone, you know what? I didn't like the show. It's full of bullshit. These characters, this, that, and the other. I'd have took that on criticism and just gone, "Oh yeah, you know what? You are right. Let's change it up. Let's do this. Let's make it better." But no. Right, rant over, please. I will do a proper ranty video about it, but I just can't be asked. Anyway, so yeah, right, where are we going? The captain of the Reliant class ship in Star Trek 4, who's went on to play. Oh, she's got a name. A fucking name escapes me. She does have a name. What's she called? She fucking got a name, and I can't think. I'm looking it up. I should know it off the top of my head, but we're gonna have a look. that's not it. No, that's not it either. Oh, where is it? Captain Alexander, that's it. Alexander's her name. Yeah, you're right. She was technically the first female captain of colour. All right, the film's not surrounded by her, but you know, you're right. You're correct. Yeah, nothing new. Yeah, and she's a person of colour as well. You know. Yeah, needless to say, it was quite an order, but the writing never really was that good for those two. But yeah, yeah, Lorca was good. The whole mirror universe twist didn't really need to be there. You know, it was kind of like, wait, what? You know, so potentially the real Lorca's still out there somewhere. You know, but nah, just the reason why they went to the 29th century is because they were getting proper criticism from people like me, fans of the fucking franchise, going, you're breaking continuity. So this is my belief that it's in an alternate universe. It's not prime timeline. See, when I say to people, oh, where shall I watch Star Trek? Where shall I start watching Star Trek? I'll go, watch the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, and the 10 movies. Watch the others if you want, but those are the ones you need to watch. Yeah, so there we go. You know, it's the whole J.J. Abrams thing that ruined it. Those movies are just ass, right? Like, when they did fucking... I'm not even going to get into the minutiae of it, but when they did Into Darkness, and then I can see the point from Kirk and Spock's review in that movie, because I watched it fairly recently. It's still a bad movie. But it's the fact that he goes, I'm Khan, and they're all stood around going, and, you know, because they hadn't met him yet in the timeline. And, you know, it wasn't like Rafa. And when I went to pictures to see it, excuse me, when I went to pictures to see it, all I kept thinking was, why have I spent money on this garbage fucking movie when I could be at home watching Rafa Khan with a pizza in my mouth, you know? Yeah. Anyway, sorry, he caused a bit of a rant there for me, but it's nice to get it off your chest, I guess. And sorry, my ear's still playing up, I'm trying to pop it. Yeah. It'll go eventually, hopefully. Yeah, so, yeah. Now, okay. What types of videos would like to see me do in the future, just to change the subject a bit? I know you've mentioned Twitch streams. I will eventually, when I get my setup sorted, I'll sort that out. I do want to do those blue bricks video sets. I do want to do a couple of those Let's Builds, because they'd be quite fun. But I do want to branch out into, like, see, this is the thing. I was looking on eBay recently for other toy lines from the 80s I could review. And, excuse me, well, that was a clear one. That was a fair one. But it seems that 80s toy lines seem to be just, like, skyrocketing. Even, like, obscure ones seem to be, like, really expensive now. Which I don't understand. So I was going to pick do another retro toy line to do. I think the Kenner Batman might be on the cards. Kenner Alien stuff, maybe. Just something else to do. Oh yeah, the Enterprise. What were they thinking when they designed that? I know exactly what they think, because I watched the extras when I got the Blu-ray. Yes, I got the Blu-ray. Actually, my sister got me it for Christmas. Bless her. Yeah, and it was, they scaled the ship up for no reason. However, right, but when you see the crew inside the ship, right, if you work it out the dimension, because I'm that kind of fucking person that did, the people are on the ship, when you see them, you know, in the windows and that, they work out to be like 10 feet tall, because they upscaled the CGI. They didn't, like, make it bigger. They just Well, they did, but they didn't take into account the crew and the ship that had been animated. So they just made the ship bigger. Just looks ugly, feels ugly, and I have no connection to it. When it got destroyed 3 times in a row, I'm like, yeah, don't care. Although the Into Darkness one, no, was it? Not Into Darkness, the third one, Beyond. Is it Beyond? Star Trek Beyond? Can't remember. Yes, Beyond. It's right there. Looked a little better, but it's the thin, it sort of droops like that, and then the cells are all weird, but they put car parts on the fucking ship, and it was genuinely J.J. Abrams going, look, Mr. Lucas. Well, then Mr. Lucas, he hadn't sold it yet, and then it was, look, Disney, I can direct Star Wars, honest, and he got Star Wars and ruined that as well, because people, watching J.J. Abrams stuff. I watched Super 8 when it came out, and I'm like, yeah, this guy wants to be Steven Spielberg so bad. It's unbelievable, and it's not a good movie. Any movie that's got J.J. Abrams on it, or Jar Jar Abrams, as I like to call him, they're not good movies. They're really not. And he's trying to be both George Lucas and Steven Spielberg at the same time, and no, the man is a hack. He has no talent whatsoever. So yeah, sorry. There you go. Game review videos. Yeah. Yes, I do want to do some Star Trek games. Like Star Trek Invasion on the PS1. Where you're the fighters. I'd like to do that. Also on PS2, Star Trek Encounters as well. I was thinking of doing those. Star Trek Armada, which I've been playing tonight. It's a great game. All those types of games. I'll think about doing that. But I've got to think of a way of incorporating capturing video from a PS2 to the computer and doing it that way. So unless I just download footage and talk about it and do that sort of thing, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to take on other people's videos. Yorktown Station was very, very weird, but you're right. It does have a really nice thingy, a really nice, design basically, nice concept, but again wasn't used very well. Star Wars, yeah. Right, okay. So another rant. Of the Star Wars movies, okay, Force Awakens is okay. It has some nice ideas in there, but it is basically a remake of the first movie, of the original movie. Let's be honest, right? But I do like the whole Finn, former Stormtrooper, defecting thing, and Captain Phasma was going to be the new Boba Fett. She seemed really cool, okay, and played by Gwendolyn Christie, and oh, mama, yes, she would make you her woman, and you would like it too. And she has that real dominatrix style voice, like 2187. Why you removed your helmet? That sort of thing, and you go, oh, sorry, shit. Great, setting up things. But they fucked up mildly. Killed Han Solo, which of course Harrison Ford didn't want to be in the films again. Fair enough. Then The Last Jedi pops up. Absolute fucking garbage from start to finish. Right? What's the dialogue and Luke Skywalker and fucking don't even get me started on that. And then Return of the Rise of Skywalker. A number of things wrong with that. One is Emperor Palpatine's back with no explanation. Oh, he used dark mystic magic. Right. Now, if you'd have played the game Fortnite, they have a message in that. They had a Star Wars event about the same time that film came out, and there's a message in that by Ian McDiarmid as Emperor Palpatine, explaining why he come back. Now, if you didn't play that game, I don't play Fortnite. I have played it. Bollocks. So not in the game, in an actual Star Wars game, like, I don't know, Battlefront 2 or something. Anyway, and then it's just like, and then Finn is completely sidelined. completely sidelined, and it's like, hey, remember Finn? Yeah, we don't talk about him. You know, it's all about Rey. Rey's Uber Jedi. Rey can do everything. Rey's amazing. Rey's Michael Burnham of Star Wars. Rey needs no one else. She can just become a Jedi. You know, whereas in the original movies, Luke doesn't originally know who his father is. He finds out. So he is the last Jedi, right? And he trains with Yoda. They train him up, and he's not quite prepared to fight Vader. He gets his ass kicked, properly kicked by Vader. Loses a hand, loses his best friend to Boba Fett. Ends on such a down note. Right? Empire Strikes Back. And the Return of the Jedi, he gets to the point where, like I said, the vision in the cave in Empire Strikes Back, where Luke sees cuts Vader's head off, doesn't he, in that dream sequence, and then it explodes, and he sees Luke's head, in the helmet, right? So basically telling him if he carries on the way he's going, he'll become just like his father. So in Return of the Jedi, when he cuts Vader's hand off, and he's got him, right? He could kill him right now. The Emperor's going, good, so be it, Jedi, right? He looks at Vader's stump, and he realizes it's just a robot hand. Then he looks at his own hand, realizes, oh shit, that's a robot hand too. I am becoming my father. And then that's when he gives up and throws his lightsaber away and goes, I'm not going to fight anymore. I am a Jedi. Oh, young Skywalker, you will die. Great, fantastic. And then they just ruin it. Yeah. And another thing with that movie, they found the Death Star debris, right? Just by fucking chance. And I've got that fucking knife with the debris bits in it. Right, it's only been, at that point, I think 30 years, really. Somebody make a knife with the bit, not just a fucking coordinates or something. Oh, and then, having that whole thing of being reprogramming C-3PO so you can read Sith, just kind of like, I don't know this language would have been great. No, I've been programmed with it and I can't remember it. Bollocks. And then, so she gets Luke's X-Wing and goes to Exegol. Is it Exegol, the planet? Fine, right? But you need an astromech droid to jump to hyperspace because they calculate, hyperspace lanes and destinations and stuff. She doesn't have an astromech droid, so how she gets there is, I suppose you could program it from memory. You can do that on an X-Wing. It does say in the technical manual you can do that, but it's extremely difficult to do, right? So she can do that. She can pilot fucking hyperspace lanes on her own. Then Kylo Ren does the same thing in a TIE fighter, goes to a different system in a TIE fighter with no life support system because TIE fighters don't have life support system, so he didn't put the helmet on. Secondly, they don't have hyperdrive, so he couldn't have got there. Now he could, if he did, and then there's that shot of an X-Wing and a TIE fighter sat next to each other. If it had been a fucking Lambda-class shuttle, I'd have accepted that. Fine, because you see one not crashed, but sort of askew in the distance on the floor. Could have picked that ship up and flew it. And, you have the epic battle at the end. It's new Star Destroyers, and it's just like, they're old Star Destroyers. They've all now got a super laser on the bottom. It's just like, really? Planet destroying? Can't come up with anything new? Like, I don't know, destroying a whole system, like Star Trek did with a trilithium solar probe, for example. But one thing that but Rogue One, great. I love that movie, great. One thing that really annoyed me about Star Wars, and it'll never happen now because Han Solo wants nothing to do with it, which is understandable. Carrie Fisher has sadly passed away, and Luke's died in the fucking franchise as well. We're never going to have that bands back together moment like they did on Star Trek Picard when they're all on the bridge and they're walking around going, Geordi, this is amazing, fantastic. All the crew are there, and then Picard goes, computer, and it's Major's voice, and I'm like, the band is back together, because they seem to forget on the new Star Trek shows, just to go back real quickly, that the ship is a character in the show. It's not just a means of, it could just be a taxi cab for the amount of difference it fucking makes in these new shows, but the ship is a character in the show as well. Like when the Enterprise voice spoke again, I'm like, the band is back together, and it upset me that Star Wars fans will never have that. Sorry, I'm ranting about Star Wars. Sorry. Solo was okay. Yeah, absolutely. He didn't direct it. No, it was Erwin Kershner directed it. Yeah, and it's just just new movies and shit. And then they go, do you know what? Disney, they go, do you know what? Do you know the character that nobody likes, Rey? We're going to make 3 movies with Rey in it. 3 more movies with Rey. And I'm like, really? Because did you see that? Was it Star Wars Celebration? I think it was last year. Kathleen Kennedy's on stage and she's announcing all these new fucking projects and stuff. And then she's going, we're going to do 3 more movies. And we're going to bring out the actress. And everybody kind of went, what? And there's like an odd hush in the crowd. It's kind of, oh, what? You can audibly hear it. Everybody cheers, and then suddenly, like, only half the crowd cheers for Rey. Now, she was asked recently about this toxic masculinity stuff, and she just went, so this is props to Daisy. No problem against Daisy Ridley at all, right? It's just Disney as a whole, Star Wars as a whole at the moment. And she actually came out and went, yeah, I think this whole toxic masculinity thing's come out of, been balled out of proportion and taken out of context. And I'm like, good on you. You've actually put the fucking nail on the head. And because us fans of these shows, yes, we are not gatekeeping, and I hate that as an expression. We're not gatekeeping. We're just passionate about the stuff we like, and we want it to be good. That's it. That's all we want. With good characters, great special effects, an adventure film, with lasers and, lightsabers, and, you've got your technology side and then the mystic side, and, and it all comes together in a big battle. And that's what us fans want in Star Wars. And then they announced the TV shows. Mandalorian, first 2 seasons, great. Third season, bait and switch. And it's now about Bo-Katan, not Mandalorian. Boba Fett, I was like, great. Series about Boba Fett. Nothing happens for a good chunk of that series. Then we get 2 episodes of The Mandalorian in there, which was, and because I'm watching it, great episode of Mandalorian. I'm like, but I'm watching Boba Fett. Isn't this the book of Boba Fett? Anyway, then Obi-Wan, again, good, I think a good story, but nothing really happens for a good chunk of the fucking series. And then we've got Ahsoka, again, a good chunk of the series, nothing happens, right? They go to the other universe, wherever they went, other galaxy, to find Grand Admiral Thrawn, which I'm like, great, finally to see him in live action, played by a great actor who does nothing, spends 5 episodes hovering above a mountain, talking about what they're going to do, and not actually doing anything, right? But then the other side of the coin, though, is Andor comes out fucking fantastic. That first season of Andor, brilliant. I really loved that. I loved the heist thing at the beginning. It was a slow burn with the heist. Then he gets arrested and sent to jail, and he's in that Imperial jail. Oh, fucking hell, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. But Star Wars as a whole, same with Marvel. I don't care anymore. And it's not like I hate it. I just don't care. Like, I think the last Marvel film I saw at cinema was the Eternals, I think. And that was boring as piss. And I've got I knew of the Eternals back in the day. I think I have a couple of Eternals comics somewhere. But I'm like, these characters, you could have done without this film. It makes no relevance. And then all the series, I haven't watched any of them. I watched the first 3 episodes of Secret Invasion, was bored to fucking tears. Watched the first episode of She-Hulk, and I'm like, nah. And I haven't watched anything since the Netflix shows, and they've now been assimilated into the Disney canon, and will make them shit. And it's this bait and switch business I hate. It's like, oh, you like this character? We're going to change it. But they're going to be in there. They're going to slowly phase them out. It's going to be up somebody else. And I just don't care at this point. I couldn't give 2 fucks. I'm looking forward to Deadpool 2, Deadpool 3 rather. But I'm just hoping it's not been, Disney-fied, shall we say. Which is quite probably what's going to happen. I think some of the jokes are going to be, intended to the woke folk. And I will, if that is the case, I will fucking bust out of the fucking cinema and demand the money back. All right, quite simply. Yep. Yeah, it was filmed in the UK pretty much, yeah. But But no, it's just that if you want to watch a good channel about all this stuff, watch Nerdrotic and the Critical Drinker and Critical Drinker After Hours, where they talk about this stuff in great length, because there was a memo leaked recently about an email that was leaked about somebody calling out Hollywood's bullshit right now. The whole they don't want they're on about inclusion and all this kind of stuff, but they don't want anybody white in there, which is, well, that's racism, let's be honest. What else was they talking about? For example, if they asked me to write the new Star Trek, say they want a new Star Trek show and they've asked me to write it, they would want me not to have seen it, not to know about it, and come at it with a thing, which is fine. If you don't, for example, right, it has been done well in the past. Nicholas Meyer, right, back in the 80s, had never seen Star Trek before when he was asked to direct Star Trek to the Wrath of Khan, right? What he did was get every episode of the show and the motion picture and watched it and made notes and gone, well, I don't understand it still, but I'm going to make it good. And he made it a fucking great movie. So it can be done, but just when you like, for example, if you're doing a Batman film or a Spider-Man film or a Star Wars film, surely look at the source material, watching everything you can about it, reading everything you can about it, and going, like, if you're doing, like, so for example, if you're doing a Batman movie, you'd get all the best Batman books that are available and you read through them all. And you'd go, right, I'm going to pick out the things I like, pick out the things I don't like, and it's sort of like, yeah, but that works with that, and we could do this, and make a great, make a great movie. But they don't want that now. They don't want that. And it's proving to be a point. And it's proving us right that think this shit is shit, because it is shit. Because last year was the worst year in film for like ever, I think. It was terrible. And the film that did the best, which I still haven't seen yet, was Godzilla -1. In Japan, they made a fucking fantastic film about a big lizard that destroys Tokyo, and then there's, like, the humans around it, and it's voted to be the best film of the year. And was it nominated for an Oscar? Was it? Fuck. I think it got best special effects. And the budget for that film was something like, I think, $12 or $13 million, which an episode of She-Hulk, 13 episodes, cost $20 million per episode, right? And it's just like Disney are hemorrhaging money. I've stopped my Disney Plus subscription. I stopped it a long time ago. I haven't for Netflix, because I've been watching quite a few Netflix films on there. I watched Day Shift recently, which is really good. Transformers the show. Hello. Evening. Oh yeah, Wrath of Khan. You do need to know the source material. Like I say, if you didn't know it and you were in charge of it, you'd fucking immerse yourself for a couple of weeks with everything. You'd read comics, you'd read the books, watch the films, and you'd watch the show. You'd just be all in your head. You'd make notes on everything, anything, even the most obscure thing. Yeah, you'd make references to this, that, and the other, and it's nostalgia bit, Anyway, I was on a big rant there. I do apologise. Yeah, I did. I stopped it after, and I watched that, and that was it. And but anyway, Ghostbusters. I want to talk about Ghostbusters. Frozen Empire looks fantastic. It really does look great. And you know what? It looks like a fucking movie. With a great antagonist, with a great protagonists, and just a spectacle, just, yes, it's dumb, but entertainingly dumb, and that's what you want in a cinema. You want to be able to go, do you know what, I'm going to pay me 10 quid for the cinema ticket, buy some popcorn, buy a drink, sit in that fucking chair for 2 hours and go, that was a load of shit, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, fantastic times. I want that back. I don't want any fucking woke folk bullshit or anything like that. I just want a good film with a good story, with good characters, regardless of who the characters are. They don't need to be, diverse in any conceivable way. You know, I don't need that. I just want a good film with good characters. If it's a black actor or a black actress or a gay actor or a gay actress, fine. If they're great and they're relevant to the story, fantastic. Give me. But I just don't want to, make everything about that. I just don't want it. Sorry, I'm ranting again. Just somebody. No, nobody at Disney will watch this. Nobody at in Hollywood will watch this. But please, just give us some good fucking movies. If the Japanese can do it, you can fucking do it. Anyway, sorry. Yes. Sorry about that. I got onto me fucking high heels there, didn't I? Yeah. So, anyway, yes. So Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm really not Afterlife. But that was good as well. And I didn't cry at the end. There was something in my eye. No, I'm really looking forward to Frozen Empire a real lot. And I'll even drop the first trailer, the teaser trailer, and the fucking Ghostbusters cosplayers went, "Oh my god, look at those new jackets we need." Excuse me. No, it really does look good. I can't wait for it. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a fantastic movie. So anyway, yes. So who's in? Who's in the chat? Say hey if you're in the chat still. Oh, some tits setting off fireworks behind me. Nice of a minute. Whew, I got into a bit of a fucking state there, didn't I? Sorry about that. Yeah, asthma, lovely. So yeah, sorry, my ear's still playing up. Oh, I've got a bit of a headache actually, a bit dizzy. I think I'm still got a bit of this flu in me. Hopefully I'll shake it off tomorrow proper. Good night's sleep. I think I'm off to cut this off in a bit. Yeah, so yeah. Steve, there you are. Oh yeah, I remember those days. Got to be up early. I've got to nip to shop in the morning. I've got to go to B&M and pick some shower gel up. I haven't got any. So I thought I had a spare one. I didn't. So I've got to go get some shower gel, which is so basically I'm going to go out without a shower, get some shower gel to come back and have a shower. I hate going out when I have a shower. It's driving me mad. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, Steve. Thanks for listening to me rant on for a good half hour about fucking why Hollywood sucks now. Yeah, so anyway, see you, dude. Thank you again. Thank you for your donations every month. Much appreciated, sir. And I'll endeavour to do better. There we go. Whew, getting a bit warm as well now. God, I wish to see it fucking pop that. So yeah. Right, okay, I'm going to call it night. You've been listening to me for an hour and a half. I'm getting a bit of a headache, actually. I'm going to have a drink of water and take a paracetamol. And I will catch you all very soon. Thanks for watching, the 3 people that popped in. I will try and plan one of these better so a lot more people come in. But, sometimes you just need to get things off your chest, don't you? So, anyway, thanks for watching. The links will be in the description below. If you want to, donate to my Patreon and all that sort of stuff, the links are all in there. So I will catch you all very soon. Bye for now.